Hello there, it's Thursday. Welcome to another edition of All Things Real Estate. I'm here to talk to you buyers today who are questioning whether you should skip an inspection on the home that you're buying. And it is a really important question in today's market because so many buyers are competing for so few homes. So stay tuned. I'm going to give you my take on waiving inspection.
All things real estate and all things real estate.
Okay, buyers, should you waive an inspection on a house? I'm going to give you the short answer, and that is no. I cannot, in all good consciousness, as a real estate agent and as your representative, to ever tell you to waive an inspection on a house that you're buying. You're buying the biggest asset you're ever going to buy or sell until you do the next one. So it's really important that you make sure that that house is what you want from top to bottom. So here's my take on the waiving of inspections and how you might go about doing things in a different way. So contractually, right now, you may want to look like you're waiving your inspection when you put an offer in. You can do that. You can say, so here in Texas, what the inspection period is called, it's called the option period. And in a regular market, you pretty much have 7 to 10 days to have your option period, and that gives you the option to continue on with buying the house. In today's market, buyers don't have that much. We are seeing 3 days or 5-day option periods at the most, if we're seeing them at all. So you can put a 0-day option period in there, meaning that you don't have an option period. That doesn't mean you don't do an inspection. It just means that your earnest money, which is typically 1 to 2% of the offer price, it just means that your earnest money is in play basically immediately once you go under contract. So I would say if the house is worth that kind of gamble in your mind, do it. Because getting under contract in this market is super, super challenging. So say you're buying a $400,000 house, your earnest money is going to be $4,000 to $8,000. That's a good chunk of change. I understand that, and it's a lot to gamble. So there's a couple ways that you can try to help secure that money so you can do your inspection and feel good about moving forward. Number one, you can try to do a smaller amount of earnest money. So you can try to do 0.5% or something like that. That way there's a little bit less in there for you to be gambling. So that's one way, is to try to do a little bit less earnest money. The other way that you can try to do it is you can try to do 2 different submissions of earnest money. So say you're willing to gamble that 0.5% on a $400,000 house, that would be $2,000. So you put $2,000 in earnest money that is submitted upon contract. And then you give yourself a few days, 5 days, to do your inspection, and you say, I'm going to submit additional earnest money after this period of time. So you can say, I'm going to do $2,000 up front, and then I'm going to do another $4,000, and that's even more. That's like a 1.5% amount of earnest money. So that's going to look good to a seller that you're going to put that amount up. So that's another way that you can do it, is to try to do 2 different submissions. The thing about earnest money is that once the title company has the earnest money, it has to be signed off on by both parties as to who that money is forfeited to. So say you got a house under contract and you said, I'm going to submit $4,000 in earnest money. You go ahead and do that. You do your inspection. Even though you don't have an option period, you still do your inspection. And something on inspection gets flagged, and it makes you really nervous, and you want to pull out of buying that home. You have to sign a piece of paper that says that you're going to give the seller $4,000. Actually, in the contract, you've obligated yourself to do that. So should you do that? Yes, you should. But you don't have to. The forfeiture of earnest money can be a negotiation in a contract. So there's that little bit of opportunity to not forfeit the entire $4,000. Now, can the seller say, no, I'm just going to let the 4,000 stay at the title company forever. Yeah, the seller can do that, and the title company will just then hold on to it. But bottom line is, if you're a buyer in this market, you want to get a house, you want to waive your option period, you might have to put a good amount of money in play in order to gamble and get yourself a house in this market. So bottom line, don't skip the inspection, but do some things that are a little strategic within the offer and within the way that you sort of behave once you get a house under contract that makes you a winner and gets you to the closing table and gets you the house you want. So that is my take on waiving inspections. I know this was a lot of ins and outs of offers and contracts and things like that, and earnest money and option money and blah, blah, blah. So if you want the lowdown and you want to discuss it, give me a call. I'm happy to do that. And I hope you're enjoying these videos. If you are, please subscribe. I would love to send you a notice of a new video every Thursday. And I hope to see you back here for another one next Thursday on another edition of All Things Real Estate. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.
All things real estate.